You know what no one tells you about turning 60? It's not just the wrinkles. It's not just the gray hair. It's the exhaustion. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. I'm 68. I live alone. And for a while, I truly believed this constant fatigue was just part of getting older. I would wake up tired, move slower than I used to, feel like even small tasks drained me. And I kept telling myself, well, I'm not young anymore. But deep down something didn't feel right. Hi, my name is Margaret. If you're new here, I share what I'm learning about staying healthy, independent, and strong after 60, especially as women who have spent most of our lives taking care of everyone else. If that sounds like you, consider subscribing. This is a space where we talk honestly about what really happens after 60, and what we can actually do about it. Because what I discovered changed everything about my energy. And it wasn't what I thought. Before I started living alone, my life looked very different. For decades, I wasn't just a wife. I wasn't just a mother. I was the one who held everything together. I lived with my husband, my daughters, sometimes even grandchildren coming and going. The house was always full. There was always someone who needed something. Dinner, laundry, appointments, emotional support, cleaning, planning, and I did it all without questioning it. That's just what we do, right? But here's the part one didn't realize. Even when everyone moved out, even after my husband passed, even when the house became quiet, my body was still exhausted. I thought when life slowed down I would feel lighter. Instead I felt drained. I was waking up at 6 a.m. out of habit, drinking coffee just to function, skipping proper meals some days, eating whatever was easy at night. My digestion was slower. My sleep was lighter. My energy would crash by mid-afternoon. And because I was 68, I told myself, well, this is what happens. But something inside me kept whispering, this doesn't feel like just aging. This feels like years of putting myself last. One afternoon I remember sitting on my couch. The house was completely quiet. No noise. No one asking for anything. No dinner to rush. And I should have felt peaceful. But I didn't. I felt empty. And tired in a way that scared me a little. Not sick. Just drained. I remember looking around my living room and thinking, I gave my whole life to taking care of everyone else. So why do I feel like I have nothing left for myself? That was the first time I allowed myself to admit something. Maybe this wasn't just aging. Maybe my body wasn't slowing down. Maybe it was asking for attention. For years I had pushed through exhaustion, ignored my digestion, drank coffee instead of nourishing myself, slept poorly and called it normal. But sitting there alone in that quiet house, I realized something very simple. I had never truly built a routine that supported me. I had routines for my family, schedules for my children, meals for my husband, but not for my own energy. And that's when I decided something had to change. Not in a dramatic way. Not overnight. Just small, intentional shifts. Because I didn't want to just survive after 60. I wanted to feel strong in my own home. The 5 pillars that slowly changed my energy. So I didn't change my life overnight. I just built small, steady habits. 5 simple pillars. Nothing extreme. Just consistent. Pillar 1, I stopped rushing my mornings. For years, I would wake up and immediately go into doing mode. Coffee first. Phone. News. Stress. Well, I wake up slower. I drink a full glass of water before anything else. I sit in silence for a few minutes. Sometimes I step outside and just breathe fresh air. Sounds simple. But my nervous system needed that calm start. And surprisingly, it changed how steady my energy felt throughout the day. Pillar 2, I cleaned up my daily food choices. Not perfectly, not obsessively, but intentionally. For years I ate whatever was easy. Toast. Processed snacks. Too much sugar. Too much coffee. Not enough real nourishment. Now I focus on simple real food. More vegetables. More protein. Healthy fats. Less sugar. I make sure I actually eat breakfast, not just drink coffee and call it a day. And I notice something subtle but powerful. When I feed my body properly, it gives back. Pillar 3, I finally supported my digestion. This was a big one. I used to ignore my gut completely. bloating, slower digestion, irregularity. I thought it was just age. But I learned that after 60, our gut health affects almost everything: energy, mood, even sleep. So I started eating more fiber-rich foods, more fermented foods, and I added something daily to support my gut bacteria and digestion. Not as a miracle, just as support. And within weeks, I noticed something. I wasn't crashing in the afternoon anymore. Pillar 4, gentle daily movement. Not workouts. Movement. A 20-minute walk. Light stretching. Sometimes dancing in my kitchen. I stopped thinking I had to exercise like I'm 40. I just needed to move consistently. And that alone made me feel stronger in my own body again. Pillar 5, I protect my evenings now. This one surprised me. I used to scroll late. Watch TV until I felt sleepy. Snack mindlessly. Now I dim the lights earlier. I stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. I give my body time to rest properly. And my sleep, even at 68, improved. And here's what I want to say honestly. At 68, I don't feel 40. And I'm not trying to. But I don't feel exhausted anymore either. I wake up clearer. My body feels lighter. My afternoons don't crash the way they used to. Living alone doesn't feel draining. It feels peaceful. I have energy to cook for myself, to go for a walk, to meet a friend, to enjoy my own company. And that, to me, is strength. Not pretending we're young, but refusing to disappear just because we're older. If you're over 60 and feeling constantly tired, please don't just accept it as normal. Sometimes your body isn't failing you. It's asking you to care for it differently. If you're curious, I'll leave in the description and pinned comment what I personally use to support my gut and daily energy, in case it helps you too. And if this story felt familiar, you're not alone here. We're allowed to feel strong at any age. And if there's one thing I've learned at 68, it's this. We spent most of our lives taking care of everyone else. But there comes a time when we have to gently turn that care back toward ourselves. Not out of selfishness. Out of respect for the body that carried us this far. You are not too old. You are not just tired because of age. You are allowed to feel strong. You are allowed to feel vibrant. You are allowed to take up space in your own life again. So if no one has told you lately, take care of yourself. Not someday. No. Because you still have so much life left to live.